What is going on, everyone? It is Mighty Gamer Dad here, also known as MGD, and this year I made a promise to all of you that I would do more tutorials on some of the cool custom channel point redemption alerts that you see on my stream, such as this. Yep, that one still works. And this. Welcome, thank you for the follow. All right, we got this. So if you're looking to get cool channel point redemptions that you can do for free, then stick around because we're going to show you how to do that here on this tutorial. We're going to be using LioranBoard, which is a third-party OBS plugin that works a lot like a digital stream deck. Now, unlike a traditional stream deck, you're going to have a lot more capabilities and functionality that you probably even know what to do with. But before we get into any of that advanced stuff, we're going to focus on something a little more simple and trigger certain alerts to happen on your screen through OBS through channel point redemption points or bit alerts, or even if someone types something specific in your chat, you can have a specific alert happen. And that's what we're going to show you how to do today. But to get started, you're going to want to download LioranBoard as well as the WebSocket down with the instructions below. I've also included a link to a tutorial video that will get you started and set up. And from there, we're going to go and show you how I set up my alerts through LioranBoard. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to get started actually in OBS first. And we want to create a brand new scene, which we're going to do here. We've already created it called sample scene, which is basically just a fresh start on the scenes. Now, I normally recommend creating each of these alerts as a nested scene, which we have, as you'll see up here, I've labeled my chat love, chicken party, raid alert, subscribes. These are all nested scenes, and these are their own separate alerts that we want. Now we're going to create a new alert for the hydrate today to show you kind of basically how you can create a custom alert. But what you do with the nested scenes is you then add those scenes into each of a folder, which you're going to name nested scenes, and you just add all those nested scenes inside here, so you don't have to keep creating new alerts for every single one that you do. But again, like I said, today we're going to show you how to create just the hydrate channel point redemption. So the first thing we want to do is we want to go to our source. We want to add a new media source. Now, ideally, you've already have this created. If you do not, you're going to want to create something in its place. I'm not going to show you how to create a hydration animation today, but we already have one created that we made a few weeks back. And then we're going to hit OK. And this is the animation that we want to trigger on our screen anytime someone redeems the channel point redemption hydrate. So now we're going to go over to LioranBoard. So at this point, LioranBoard should be fully installed, and we've actually made a shortcut of the receiver and the stream deck and put it on the desktop. So we're going to go open up the receiver first because we want to create that new button, and we're going to connect to our OBS. If you haven't already linked to your Twitch, you should probably do that as well. And then we want to connect to Twitch. Once these are grayed out, it means it is active and working properly. Now we're going to go into our new deck, which you're going to see our hydrate button from a previous version of this tutorial that I've done like a million times because we can never get it right the first time around. But we're going to show you how to create a new button. Now, this is your LioranBoard grid. You have unlimited amount of buttons, essentially. Like, you have so many different options, it's insane. But if you go ahead and you just click on one square, we're going to create a blank button. But as you can see, there's so many different things you can do. There's parts of this that I don't even fathom yet. But we're gonna keep it simple. We're gonna create a hydrate button for today. So we're gonna hit hydrate. We're gonna change our color to a blue color and hit done and hit create. That's going to create our hydrate button there. Now we can resize this to whatever size we want to by just grabbing the corner there and just clicking and dragging to whatever we want. And we're going to make this relatively big so you can kind of see what we got going on. And now the fun begins. Now we've already started over in OBS and we set up the scene and we added the media. And now we're going to go ahead and go through and set quickly, very easily, a trigger for channel point redemptions that's going to trigger the animation to turn on and turn back off when it is done. So the first thing, we want to right click and we're going to add our Twitch trigger. So your Twitch button trigger, you got many different options. You got bits, subs, gifted subs, point redemptions, hosts, raids, chat messages, and even other extension triggers that you can have your button do. In this case, we're only going to focus on the point redemption. Now, this is very important. Your point redemption has to be the exact same. It is case sensitive as well. It has to be the exact same as your channel point redemption name. So make sure you just copy and paste that and bring it right in here. In this case, ours is hydrate, exactly like that when we created it. So we go ahead and hit done. It's going to be active when you hit this little Twitch. Get this little Twitch logo up in the top left corner. Next thing we want to do is add the commands. Our commands are going to be here, and we're going to come here and then click on scene switch, where we're going to come down and say and choose source change visibility. We want to change our scene name to, I think it is scene sample scene. That's the one we made for today. And then we go to item hydration, which is the only one available. We want to do visible false. Now you probably wonder, why are you going false? The reason why I say go false first is, God forbid something happens to where it doesn't trigger right, or you have an issue where you forget to turn it off. If you manually did it, you want it to basically zero out first. So we're going to say turn it off if it's on, keep it off if it's off, just for the first trigger. We're going to copy this, paste it again, and then we're going to set the second one to true, and we're going to change the delay to 100 milliseconds, which is less than a second. It is very, very fast. It's basically given enough time to say, okay, it's going to make this false, and then we're going to turn it on true. We're going to add one more. We're going to copy that. We've already copied here, so we're copying that, and we're going to change it back to false, as you can see, which is going to trigger it back off when it's done. And the length of our video is about 7 seconds. So we're going to change it to 7,000 milliseconds to turn off after 7 seconds. And we're going to hit done. So now we have our commands and we have our Twitch triggered, and we just hit done there. So the last thing we want to do is test our button to make sure that the channel point redemption actually works. And the way we're going to do that is actually redeem the channel point through our stream chat. So we're going to come over to our channel points, and we're going to select the hydrate option. And of course, we're going to actually redeem that to make sure that the animation pops up when we click the redeem button. So every time we click the redeem, the animation should show up like you see here. This is good because it means it works, and then we know that anytime your followers will actually redeem the hydrate channel point redemption, that animation is going to pop up on your screen every time they do that. Now you can spend the rest of your time creating more alerts and playing around with LioranBoard. So hopefully this tutorial was helpful. Not only that, but hopefully it opened your eyes to the possibilities that LioranBoard has in creating and allowing you to create a custom tailored stream that is specifically you. I know a lot of streamers and content creators are always looking for unique ways to make things different for their streams and kind of unique and custom. And LioranBoard is really one of those versatile tools that should be a must-have in your arsenal if you're looking for those types of things. We just scratched the surface with LioranBoard with the channel point redemption points. There's, again, things that we haven't even covered yet, and things that I'm using that are a little more on the advanced level that you can really use to make a unique and custom and just a truly professional next level stream. But thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. If you liked the content that you've seen today, please feel free to subscribe, share, and leave some comments and let me know what you guys thought. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, take care of yourselves.